Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, "Hey, you want some shoes?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well." And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. I'm not we, but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th and 15th. Get your tickets now.
Well, all holy hell is breaking loose in Charlotte. Max V picks up another win. John Force signs another driver to his lineup. We've got it all on Pit Road Racing, season number 15, show number 39. Alan Michael SKRATCH with a K coming up right now.
Race friends, they're back together again. Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, it's SKRATCH with a K. And live from Las Vegas, it's Alan Michaels. Right here, right now, on the flagship station, the WCOBM TV network. It's on Pit Road Racing.
Frosty cool Las Vegas SKRATCH with a K, because you know it's that time of the year, that time of the time, and the cowboys and the cowgirls are here. The rodeo's in town for the next 14 days, buddy. Yeah, man, grab yourself a horn, a load of horn or a load of horses and everything else, and rock and roll. Real quickly, want to welcome everybody too. We got a lot of people into the go-kart track today. All the rodeo guys are here. They had a big scare out here, SKRATCH. Apparently, there was some infection going around between the horse communities, and they had to break the horses up. They didn't even know if they were going to get the horse divisions of the rodeo in this year, but apparently a team of veterinarians and everything has unloaded themselves here in Las Vegas. They've separated, sort of quarantined, and kept your group of horses with you, or my group of horses, and just trying to keep them quarantined. So hopefully they'll get everything up as I got it today. Everything will run. Last night was opening night, big concerts down here, and 14 days of, like you said, yeehaw, rodeo times in town. How you doing, everybody?
Good. How you doing, man? It's a nice, cool 65 degrees here today.
It's chilly, buddy. 32 or 33 nighttime low here in Las Vegas tonight, my friend.
Nice.
Yeah.
I miss it. I miss those days.
We got up this morning and Diane looked at me and she said, "I think we need to take the big quilts down to we got them big heavy quilts, right? We got the light ones for the summer and spring. We got the big ones for the heavy winter time." She goes, "Honey, I think we need to take them down to the laundromat, send them bad boys in and get them cleaned up, get them ready to go." So I said, poor Charlie the cat, he was sleeping underneath the bed this morning, or underneath the covers this morning. He got cold. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little chilly tonight. I don't know what the low is, but for Florida anyway, chilly, but 65, I mean, that's not bad. But I miss the cold, man. I hate cold weather, but I like knowing that it's wintertime when it's wintertime too. I like that.
It gets cool in Florida. I lived in Florida. It gets cool down there too.
Yeah, every once in a while.
You'll get a little warmer here in about 4 months and 2 days, buddy. There you go.
4 months and 2 days. You probably got it down to the hour.
I think I'm getting ready to. I'm getting ready to, because I got to buy you a plane ticket for us to drive the truck back, man. So either which way, you know, I'm supporting today. I'm sorry.
I see. I gotta get some comedy shows lined up, man. I'm out there for when I come out.
Yeah, we got to get you. We got to get you
a little bit early and tell some jokes, slang some jokes.
Bunch of
I see you support the Richard Childress.
I'm still. I looked into this. Diane did this morning. Steve Phelps tried to make a private apology to him. No, I'm sorry. As broadcasters, I don't call myself a journalist because I don't do a lot of writing. But as somebody that reports and covers motorsports, we've always been told not to, pick a favorite, not to show your colors or whatever. But I'm sorry. And until Steve Phelps makes a public apology to Richard Childress, the comments that have all been said, I'm sorry. I unloaded a little bit on this last week, but as I read more into this and more, and to take him out back and flog him, are you serious?
That sounds that sounds like something a hillbilly would say, though, which is ironic.
Yeah, I know, and he's a Vermont guy. You see,
Right.
when you're down in that area, Scratch, you're a Yankee. That's what the people in Virginia, Carolinas, Georgia, that you're a Yankee. You're a Yankee there. I did a little research on Mr. Phelps. He worked for the NFL. You know what he also did?
What'd he do?
He was a marketing director for Chef Boyardee. Shitty
Chef
spaghetti in a
Boyardee.
can.
Chef Boyardee. Well, I guess we won't
Shitty
be getting
spaghetti in a
I
can.
guess we won't be getting them for a sponsor now. It's funny because the last time I had Chef Boyardee, it tasted like the can.
That's what I said. Shitty spaghetti in a can.
I was saying it tastes like the can a little bit. It's
Listen, man, when it's really bad that when back at the time when Diane and I got married and Jake was about 8 or 9 years old, and you open up a can of Chef Boyardee and the kid turns his nose away from it. It's bad. It's bad.
It's like
Anyhow.
dog food.
Anyhow, Max V picking up another win. We'll talk a little bit about that. I told you it's coming down to duel and die by, man. The duel.
I knew it was going to be tight, but holy cow, huh? Max V, he just dominated a couple races, wins a couple races in a row. Next thing you know, he probably be the champion if the next race goes the same way. I tell you what, I've said it every time we're on this show, man, that man, for F1 fans, this is exciting. Hell, I'm going to tell you what, it's exciting for me because knowing that it's close, watching, paying more attention to it, I'm like, hey, this is exciting, like I want to watch the race.
Yeah.
Final F1 race, which I probably haven't done so often, but I think it's going to be, I think it's going to come down to it. I think Max V can do it.
I'm going to tell you, I've been saying it for weeks. I've been whipping the horse on this one. Everybody said Oscar had it won. Then Lando jumps up on top. A couple of races, like you said, it all kicked here and lost. Well,
Max V's what? He's 12 points back, right? Something like that. 12 points a second. Come on, man.
You got it. What, run on his 7th or 8th win of the year? I mean, he's going to like him or not. Gene Woods always said this. Everybody bitched. Remember when Kyle Busch was running trucks and he's going out there and smoking everybody?
Yeah.
Well, shut up and go out there and beat him, man. Quit whining about it. Just
you know what I always said about that is a professional baseball player looks good in the minors too.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, come on.
Hey, wait a second. Now
you're Kyle Busch, but I mean, no, you're right. I mean, that's right. Go out and beat him. I don't disagree with that, by the way. But it's easy for a 300-pound man to stomp on a 100-pound man.
There you go. Makes sense. Hey, rumors are flying around about that 5th truck for Kellogg Racing. Did you see this? Tony Stewart may be popping in for a few races, and then
the number 14's on it. So yes, I did see some rumors about it because the 14 is on one of those cars, and it said top secret or something like that on that particular car. We already know what they're doing with the 25 and the other 3 rides, but the 14 that makes it interesting, doesn't it?
Sure is. And then I heard the second.
I would love to see Casey Kane and Tony Stewart share it or something along those lines. That would be awesome. I think it'd be awesome. I'd love to see it.
That'd be cool. I mean, Kel, I'm going to tell you, in our apologies, we had our special guest today, Parker Eden, was scheduled to be on. Apparently, he's in Pensacola. I guess he's down there. Their snowball derby's running in Pensacola down there. So apparently, he's got some stuff to do down there or whatever. Nice to be, but we'll get him back on. I got a late text from.
Can't be upset for a guy for racing.
I can't be either.
That's a great reason to not make it on this show.
Hey, but those guys at Kellogg coming into 2026 are stacked up with 5 trucks. Nice has got 4 or 5 trucks lined up and ready to go. Great to this. In fact, I can't wait to get him on. And I sent you the bio. I don't know if you had a chance to look at this, Parker. This kid does not play around.
I did.
He does not.
He's going to run trucks and continually run in the car series.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he does in the trucks.
Took 2 years off. Took 2 years off to finish his education, and finishes the education. First race out, back, bang, winner circle. I love this, man. I love seeing these kids come up and see. You and I love the trucks.
Sometimes when you got it, you know. Yeah, no, I love the trucks, man. We talk about that all the time. I absolutely love the trucks. I'm excited to see Dodge be in there. I'm excited to see what they might do with that 14 truck. I'm excited to see, you know, Daniel Dye. I'm excited to see Spencer Boyd. I'm excited to see some of these people we've talked to, you know, that are getting their starts, like our guest that we were going to have today, Parker Eaton. Yeah, Parker Eaton. I'm excited to talk to him at some point, and also to follow their journey. It makes it different when you speak to these people, you know, in person. Like I've been saying about getting to be a little bit of a fan of the NHRA and stuff, and that's based on, you know, some of the people we talk to. So now I got an interest. Why do I have an interest? Because now I've talked to these people and I want to follow along what they're doing. You know, last year's winner, and we've had him on the show, Caden Honeycutt, is back in action. Just to let you know, down there, man. I mean, a full force too. Blaley Curry's going to be here. Connor Jones, David Gillen, Dawson Sutton, Derek Krause, Eric Jones, Jake Garcia, Johnny Sauter, Caden Honeycutt, last one. Kyle Busch is in it. Noah Gragston's there, along with Ryan Priest. And, of course, they started last night, and they'll run all the way through. Next year we will definitely. I'll be in Florida next year. We'll take a trip up to Pensacola for the Snowball Derby. Great track, five flag speedway. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd like to go to that, man. It's a good event up there. But that's what you got going on with that. So a bunch of the Cup guys and truck guys and all kinds of guys down there taking care of this thing, and maybe some girls, maybe too. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the whole entire lineup, but. Got some comments. We'll comment. Want to say hi to David Shannon out there. Ashley Shannon. Great news that Ashley Shannon's 4th stage brain cancer is at the point that they can do surgery, not terminal. Big thumbs up there for that one, man. Scratch on that when you get through something like that. Congratulations, you guys. Diane was reporting on it. Diane was reporting and commenting on the Chef Boyardee yacht stinks too. I see that. I do see she agreed with me, which is always nice. Yes. Let's kick it off here on Pit Road Racing. We got us jabbering and jobbing. We do it each and every Thursday here for you folks. 3 p.m. on the West Coast, 6 p.m. up on the East Coast. Take it off the WCOBM main network here, and we flag it out to 7 to 8 different streaming channels and social media sites. You can pick it up. Show partners out there. I want to thank everybody along with the ride here. Gene Woods Racing Experience, Woods Family Sandwiches, the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. Coming up January 31st, scratch about 1,500 to 2,000 of the world's greatest motorcycle people and motorsports people will be here in Las Vegas for the 6th annual event. Looking forward to it. That's Vegas Motorsports. That's when I should come out there. Yeah, you should come out for the Hall of Fame. January 31st. Yeah, January 31st, a big show down here. Then when they go up to the Notoriety nightclub up on the 3rd floor, 62,000 square foot entertainment. 2 big rooms, plenty of great food. Woods Family Sandwiches caters. I got plenty of time to try to look into that. So yeah, I think you should come on out here for that. We might just have to pack the truck up and leave a few days early. No, I'm committed here to Gene to March 27th, and I told him I'd be here to make sure everything got taken care of, and then we're going to be on our way to Florida. The WCOBM Daytona Beach is coming, boys and girls. Look out. We're ready to go. Finishing up for you, Atlanta Motorsports Park, Red One Scooters, Hammer and Harry's, and the Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino out there. Thank those partners along the way. We'll be setting things up for you the next couple of weeks. Scratch for our new partners for 2026. Our new studio, new location down in Daytona. So we'll be getting that all set up and ready for everybody. And once again, we'll be working with the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, so your partnerships can be written off as tax deductible. We're really happy about that. Take a look at race and weather, brought to you by our good friends. Scratch, get around the track, ready to go. It's brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific, Suite 106 on the Las Vegas at Henderson line.
Pickup, catering, more information, wfsandwiches.com. The only thing that's left is F1 Scratch, and it's going to be in Dubai this weekend, and they've got great weather. Sunny skies all weekend long. I mean, temperatures are going to be right up in the mid-70s, nighttime low in the mid-60s. I mean, all week it can for the last round, buddy. They can't beat it. They can't beat it.
No.
Great, fantastic weather. Brought to you by our good friends and partners at Woods Family Sandwiches out there. 931 American Pacific Suite, 106 on the Henderson line. Take us around the track, buddy.
Yeah, man. Around the Track is brought to you by our partners at the Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino in the heart of downtown Las Vegas. You can call them up at 855-384-7263. That is, or you can check them out online at downtowngrand.com to book your getaway right now. The Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino is the official hotel of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame and Pit Road Racing. All right, you guys buckle up. I'm going to take you guys around the track. Monster Energy Supercross Series kicking off their 2026 season on January 10th in Anaheim, California. The Progressive Flat Track Series 2026 season opener will be right here in Daytona Beach on the March 5th during Bike Week, right at Daytona International Speedway. East Coast Speedway Motorcycle Racing, they're finished for 2025. We'll get more info to you on that when we have it. West Coast Speedway Racing 2025-2026 season. It'll kick off this Saturday in Bakersfield, California. So this Saturday, you have yourself a little West Coast Speedway racing. F1, it's the final race of the year, 2025. It's a tight one. We're going to see what happens this weekend, which begins tomorrow through the 7th. It's the GP of Dubai. IndyCar 2026 will kick off the GP March 1st on the streets of St. Pete, Florida, just a couple of hours from here, about 3 hours. And they'll be accompanied by a Craftsman truck race that particular weekend. NHRA 2026 season begins March 5th. The Gator Nationals right here in Gainesville, Florida, just a couple hours away as well. High Limits, the opening date is March 12th, 13th, and 14th, 2026 at Las Vegas Dirt Track, just out there where my man Alan Michaels is. NOS Energy Series, the 2026 series starts February 4th at Volusia Speedway Park. That is about 45 minutes from here. American Beer Modified Series, January 21st, also at Volusia Speedway Park. The NASCAR Cookout Clash will hit Bowman Gray Stadium on Sunday, February 1st. NASCAR Twin Dual Races right here at Daytona International Speedway, February 12th. That's Thursday. Craftsman Trucks will be Friday the 13th. Looking forward to that right there at Daytona. Xfinity Series on Valentine's Day. Woohoo! Right here at Daytona International Speedway. And then the big one, Sunday. And by the big one, we mean, we're going to see the big one in this race. The Daytona 500, February 15th. That's on a Sunday, of course, unless it rains. Then it'll be on a Monday. Alan, that's a look at Around the Track.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
It's brought to you by the Downtown Grand Hotel Casino, 206 North 3rd Street, Las Vegas, in downtown Las Vegas, 855-384-7263, or online Downtown Grand to book your getaway. The Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino, the official hotel of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame and On Pit Road Racing. That's us.
Well, yeah, one race left in the 2025 season in Dubai this weekend. Everybody, if you're here in the States, I believe you got to be up at either 5 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, depending on what coast.
Well, damn, I guess I won't be watching that.
Yeah, I'll wait for the replay. We'll catch it in between the football games.
Check my phone as soon as I wake up at 1 in the afternoon.
There you go. Oh, man. Real quickly, too, I wanted to pull this out, and we'll get into this, but I wanted to give a shout-out real quickly. I was on the phone last night texting with our good friend Claire B. Lang. She's been over 40 years in the motorsports business, reporting, anchoring, journalism. She's got a brand new column out. It's called The Dialed In Journal. And I encourage you all to read this. If you want to see the straight talk, and Claire did a great job. I was texting with her last night, and we were trying to get her on this show today. And they've had some over in Mooresville. A lot of the teams are doing benefits. I know the Speedway Children's Charity here in Las Vegas did their big event last night. I believe Charlotte's is tonight. And Claire's in court every day. She's there in Charlotte every day in court, and you got to be there by like 7:45. She's got articles to write every night. But I highly encourage you to read this article from Claire B. Lang. It was originally posted on November 26th, and it's from her opinion. And Claire holds nothing back on this. I mean, she really doesn't. And we'll get Claire on. We're talking next week. Things that she said, Scratch, the first 3 days of this trial have moved like a snail. I mean, just like a snail. Slow. Nobody seems to have it together. But so we'll get her insights on this whole thing. 40 years. And I spent 12 years, Diane and I spent 12 years in the same room next door to each other. Our studios were next door to each other at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. One hell of a woman, one hell of a broadcaster, one hell of a journalist. You can't get any better. Claire B. Lang, read that.
I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, I want change in NASCAR and all this other stuff, but I want this thing to settle myself because I don't want to see things get broke up and split up and some craziness. The worst case. I don't want to see the worst case scenario happen.
Foolish stuff like making fun of people that have spent 50, 60 years of their lives in this business to build this organization and to build these teams. I mean, that just really cut it. Too great. I'm going to tell you, too.
Oh, there's no
coffee with Kenny.
Leadership.
Yeah, coffee with Kenny's great. Kenny Wallace calls him all out. Have you seen this? I mean, he drops the F-bomb, too, buddy. He don't play.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen some of the clips from it on TikTok.
Unbelievable. Watch another great podcast. Love Dale Jr.'s Dirty Mo. I love it. He's got Steve O'Donnell on the show. Watch O'Donnell shift himself in the chair, and Earnhardt comes flight out of the hole and says, listen, you guys got to stop. You got to get into the sandbox, and you got to start playing together. You're going to destroy it.
Yeah.
And the
comment that's what I'm afraid of, because that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah. And the comment came back to, and you watch O'Donnell, and you watch him, and you watch the expressions on his head. We didn't want this lawsuit. We don't want this lawsuit. We didn't want this. We didn't want that. We just want to go racing. Well, you're not racing anyhow. When we'll get into this. Listen, I sent them to you. Here's third day, and I'll get the fourth day. Here's third day transcripts right here from the courts. I want to thank our friends from J-Ski for putting them up there too. It's a mess over there.
Yeah.
You know what else you know what else in that article, in that interview with Dale Jr., that he better not count his chickens before they hatch because, he said we were waiting around to see what SMI does. Well, you knew SMI is Speedway Motorsports Incorporated. They control 17 of the 36-point races. They got tracks in Atlanta, Charlotte, Las Vegas. Where else you want to go to? Kentucky, Nashville, Coda, Bristol. 2 races at each, but you better watch out. I mean, this is what I'm worried about.
It's going to get messy if it keeps going.
I'm worried that this is going to get turned into what happened with the Indy race and the George family.
Yeah, remember but that didn't last long either, though.
Yeah, it didn't last long, but look what it did. They better not count their chickens, because I'm telling you right now, what the arsenal that SMI has, short tracks, medium range tracks. The only thing they're missing is a super speedway. And hold on to this. Judge Kenneth Bell can do a couple of quick things here. Scratch, he can tear the contracts up. He can tear all these things up, these charters up, and say, you're done, start over. If NASCAR would lose, they could possibly have to start selling off assets of the company.
Yeah.
Well, what are the two? Scratch, what are the two biggest assets they got besides the corporate building?
Daytona International Speedway
and Talladega.
Yeah,
and they have control. And they have controlling interest in Martinsville. They have controlling interest at Richmond. They have controlling interest at Watkins Glen.
Well, hopefully it doesn't get down to all of this right here.
I agree.
I found one of the funniest things I've heard about the trial so far. I mentioned before to you, but I haven't mentioned it for everybody else. So is that the NASCAR lawyer said, to Denny Hamlin, said, most of the NASCAR drivers don't even make $14 million a year. And Denny Hamlin said back to him that most of the NASCAR drivers don't win as many races as I do.
Let me play a little something else. They're all worried about
I thought that was great, though. You know how I flip flop back and forth between Denny Hamlin. I really root against him mostly, but he did a couple things last year that I thought was pretty funny, to be honest with you. And I, as a comedian, I like that part of it, and then just to be downright the championship yank from him, damn near, you know what I mean? I felt a little bad for him, you know what I mean? Whether I want him to win it or not. And then he fires that off. I'm like, well, he's got a point, man. You know.
What do you think? What do you think Red Bull Racing is paying max fee $65 million to do?
Right.
They're not paying him that kind of money just to show up at the track and ride around, man.
No, man. No. Winners get paid.
I mean, I heard the things, and I was talking last night with somebody there in Charlotte too, not Claire B, but another person. And they were there. And yeah, Denny was emotional on the stand the first day. Denny Hamlin has got everything he's got invested in this. And the report saying that he still owes Michael. You know, they built that brand new $35 million, shop and workout and hospitality area for 2311 Racing. Well, Michael's the one that put the money up. Denny's in on the road. He still owes Michael money on the shop. Denny Hamlin is in, whether you like Denny Hamlin or you don't, like Scratch just said, whether you like him or you don't, you got to give the man, you got to tip the hat to him. He's thrown everything he's got. Who knows? I don't know if he's mortgaged out, I don't know if he's mortgaged out the yin yang or not. That's not my thing. But the quote was that I'm in it for everything I've got.
Yeah.
I agree. It's going to be crazy. They say it's a zoo over there. I mean, they say it's.
I believe it, man. I believe it. This is a big deal.
I mean, this thing right here could shake the foundations of not only NASCAR but other motorsports. And you mentioned this too. You mentioned this when we were talking at the pre-show today. Said, NASCAR sort of got these guys by the kahunas because they control the tracks, they control this, they control that. But you're right.
Yeah,
but not
if you want to race stock cars, you either race NASCAR or you go out of business. Yeah. That's your two options. So that alone, I mean, I just don't. NASCAR's just being hard-headed. I just don't see this working in their favor in any way, shape, or form. But I mean, I don't. John Spilotro has helped explain some of this to us, because I'm definitely not knowledgeable of it. I'm sure we're going to have him back on at some point discussing it. And but I am full of common sense, and common sense from what I can hear and read every day and interpret, the best I can. I just don't. I don't see. The bottom line, like I just said, if NASCAR just goes, okay, you don't want to do this, bye. And then where are you going? You ain't taking, where are you going with cars? I mean, where's the, they're turning in the noses and the tails of these cars every week or something like that. Wasn't that something else I read too? They got to, right. So what are you going to do? Take your car with no nose, no tail and run it where? It just doesn't make much sense. It's obvious. I said it for a long time, man, and I'm a huge fan of NASCAR and the France family myself and things like that. I just have said it for years, man. It's a family-owned operation. What they say goes. I've said that for years before there was ever even any controversy about any of that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was.
Yeah, I mean, and you got this Bob Coffin guy who was the dude at Aaron's who got this whole thing started. And he's mud in NASCAR now. They hate him. They don't like him at all. Yeah. And Aaron's is pretty much flopped. And I still think in the back of the mind, he worked for, this whole thing started for MWR, Michael Waltrip Racing. And who was Michael Waltrip's partner? Coffin. Yeah. How did the lucky dog come? Aaron's. How did all that start?
Yeah.
And now Coffin's completely, they can't stand him. And he's the one that put this, well, it's going to be better for the teams and everybody's going to make more money. No, they're not making any more money. We'll get into it here in the second half because I've got the transcripts. Bob Jenkins, who owns Front Row Motorsports, who owns Kentucky Fried Chickens, Long John Silver's. Long John Silver? I guess. They're multiple.
Listen, that's what I would have said too. Just hearing you say it sounded. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's the way I would have said it the same way. It just sounded funny.
This guy is stuck everything he's got. If they don't win, they're done. Now Michael's got a little bit more money to play with. But Bob Jenkins is stuck. He's been in this thing for. We'll get into it because I want you to read some of this stuff because there's some really cool stuff in this. Let's take a break and when we come back. We'll discuss this F1 thing. You're right. 12, 15, not even 12 points. God, how could it have gone so wrong for Oscar?
Right, he had it wrapped up. They said
6 weeks ago it was done.
They had him wrapped up. They said right.
Take us to break, my friend.
Hey, that is Alan Michaels out there in Las Vegas at the WCOBM studios. I am Scratch with a K in Daytona Beach in the Nut Shack Entertainment studios. Check it out, nutshackentertainment.com. We'll be right back with more on Pit Road Racing.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th and 15th. Get your tickets now.
Now, you got it. Back at you, man. Doing it great and chilly in Las Vegas here on a Thursday afternoon. Scratch it down to Daytona Beach, Florida at the Nat Studios. On Pit Road Racing's Thursday edition. Glad to have everybody aboard. Thank you all for your support. Before we go any further there, Scratch, real quickly, we got to give a good step out. Let me pull my panel up here real fast. And don't forget our Friday editions here with the High Bank Show. Tell us really about it, and then we'll get some Formula One.
Yeah, every Friday at 5 p.m., check out the High Banks. I am the racing ambassador for WSBB, the great voice of Volusia County. You can check it out here in locally at 106.9 FM or AM 1230, either one of those. And if you want to stream it, you can stream it on TuneIn. It is the High Banks, and it is on WSBB. And I'm always joined for the Racing Around the Country segment by my boy right there, Alan Michaels. He joins me for the back half of the show. I do half the show by myself, but I can't do it all by myself. I got to have my boy Alan with me. So he joins me, and that's the High Banks.
That's it. I can't do this by myself either. That's it. It's a proven fact. All right. Segment brought to you. I'll talk a little F1, not really do too much to talk about it because it's just, I've said it, and here it goes. Segment brought to you by our partners at Atlanta Motorsports Park. For more information, give them a shout at 678-381-8527 or log on to the World Wide Web at atlantamotorsports.com. Atlanta Motorsports Park is the country club of motorsports. Scratch. Well, tell me about it. 7 in a row for Max V, huh, buddy? Tell me about it.
Yeah, man, you hit that right on the head, man, with Max V picking up his 7th win of the 2025 F1 season. This is one race with all the marbles on the line. And here's a look at your top 3 from last week's race and your current point standings leading into the final weekend. Your top 3 at Qatar was Max V, Oscar Piastri, and Carlos Sainz. So Piastri still hanging in there in second place. Right now you have the points. Lando Norris still leading the way in first at 408 points. Second, Max V, 396 points. He is right there. But Oscar Piastri is 392 points in third, man. This thing is going to be right down tight to the wire, baby.
It is. It's going to be. It is going to be what we used to call it the old way, the good old Friday night barn burning shootout, man. And I think that's what you got right here. It's unbelievable to see Piastri have such a dominant performance through 2/3 of the year. Then the last third of the year, the whole toilet, the whole tank just flooded out. I mean, it's just totally gone. Lando stuck up in there. But you like Max V or not, you got to give him his town. It's $65 million a year, a $65 million a year salary. I'm going to tell you, he's earning his dollar. I would agree. What don't you agree? He's earning his money, man, to do this.
Absolutely. And he won 7 races. It almost feels like he quietly won 7 races because it wasn't that long ago. He was in third in these points. You know what I mean? So it's almost like he quietly won. And I mean, I feel like I know that I'm kind of rooting on him to win it. But again, that's me as a newer F1 fan, if you will. I just think this points battle was pretty cool. And a few weeks ago, if you would have said, man, one of these 3, I don't know that I'd have picked Max V to win it, but I would have picked him as the guy I'm rooting on because he was in third. Now look at him. But hell, it's any one of these guys.
It really is. And of course, the McLarens took a beating out here in Las Vegas. Both the cars were disqualified due to technical problems. You gotta give it to him. I mean, we were 8 weeks ago, and Max V was like 45, almost 50 points down. And it's like, okay, it's all over. Just let Oscar have the title now. We'll get ready to set for Andretti to bring that Cadillac power in next year. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
You know what? I think I'm going to set the alarm. I really am. I think I'm going to set the alarm late Saturday night. I think I'm going to get up and watch this because this looks just too good to pass on right now.
Well, for you, it's like, what, 2 in the morning or something when it's going
to yeah, something like that.
I can watch it at 2 in the morning. I can't watch it at 5 in the morning.
Maybe I'll get Diana. We'll go down to Hammer and Harry's and beg him to keep the bar open for $5 margaritas.
Listen, man, you're in Vegas. There's a bar open somewhere.
Segment brought to you by our good friends at Atlanta Motorsports Park. For more information, book your time. Look for a house. Looking for a condo. Want to live on a racetrack? We'll give them a shout at 678-381-8527. AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com. They are the country club of motorsports. That's what we're looking at.
I go to the bar here. They make me go home at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's horrible.
Yeah. Let's do a little chat topics here.
Sure.
Man, silly seasons are rolling. It really, really is.
Yeah.
And here you go, Scratch. Let's get you started off. You go ahead and take it on. Let's talk about all the flips and flops that are going on in the truck series, starting with Christian Eckes, my friend.
Yeah, man, we're going to take a look at the silly season, and we're going to start with the Craftsman trucks, as you mentioned, with Christian Eckes returning to the truck series with McAnally Hilgerman Racing in 2026. Christian Eckes is coming home in 2026 to this race team, they announced, and Eckes is returning to the organization to compete full-time in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in 2026. The 2024 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series regular season titleist will drive the number 91 Chevrolet Silverado RST in pursuit of his first championship. Eckes will be paired with Dave Ellens, who will serve as crew chief and lead the 91 team. Connor Jones, he's going to return to Nice Motorsports. Nice Motorsports welcomes Connor Jones back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series program for a part-time driving campaign in 2026. Jones, who initially joined the organization 5 races this season, will drive the number 42 silver Chevy Silverado RST in select events during the forthcoming year. He will share the ride with Tyler Reif Hey, we had him on before, who is set as the entry's anchor driver, among others. So Tyler Rice is going to be the anchor driver there. It'd be interesting if we could talk to him again here pretty soon. Guest we were supposed to have on today, but is in the Snowball Derby and coming up probably on a show in the future. Parker Eatman signed to part-time truck series schedule with Nice Motorsports in 2026. Late model graduate Parker Eatman is set to make his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut with a part-time schedule for Nice Motorsports in 2026. He hails from Wilson, North Carolina, primarily spent the past year competing full-time in Z-Max Cars Tour Late Model Stock Series. He also finished second overall in the Virginia Late Model Triple Crown. The 19-year-old is a former winner of the Thanksgiving Classic 250 race at his home track in Southern National Motorsports Park, which is widely considered as a crown jewel event in short track racing. We got more truck news. Float named entitlement partner of Nashville Super Speedway's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Tennessee Army National Guard is named the entitlement sponsor of the spring Bristol truck race. Alan, you have a look at what's going on in the O'Reilly series, don't you, for 2026?
Brendan Poole is going to be returning to Alpine Prime Racing in 2026. Jeb Burton returning to Jordan Anderson Racing in 2026. Blaine Perkins will also join Jordan Anderson, so that two-car team will be locked up and ready to go. Signa Performance Services Racing acquires AM Racing, so they'll be flying under a new banner there. Now, that's been the big talk right now about Haley Diggin. If Haley Diggin would come back, would she go to AM Racing? Well, we'll see what Signa's Performance Service Racing's got to say about that. Brent Cruz is going to be competing in 29 O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races for Joe Gibbs Racing in 2026. And Josh Balicki will be driving full-time for SS Greenlight Racing in the O'Reilly Series coming up in 2026. Also, SKRATCH Co-Family Racing is going to partner with Stanton Barrett Motorsports in 2026. The O'Reilly season Co-Family Racing CFR has joined forces with Stanton Barrett Motorsports, that's SBM, to form SBM with CFR for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in 2026. The team will transition to the number 30 car, formerly the number 70 car from Co-Family Racing, and we'll get the details on the sponsorships and drivers coming up to early late. You've got a little stuff for some NASCAR stuff out here, SKRATCH. So talk about Chris Gayar. Man, this is a big talk about this, that he just packed up and left, man. He's gone.
Yeah, the Associated Press's Jenna Fryer reported that she confirmed a recent rumor that Chris Gabehart has left Joe Gibbs Racing. Gabehart most recently served as the director of competition for JGR, and rumors have him moving over to Spire Motorsports next season. Denny Hamlin was asked about that in a break at court, and he had no comment on it. So who knows? Ty Dillon, Sea Beast, returning to Colleague Racing in 2026. Colleague Racing announced today that Sea Best will return as the primary sponsor of the number 10 NASCAR Cup Series entry with driver Ty Dillon. For the second consecutive year, the 33-year-old Dillon will team with longtime Colleague Racing driver A.J. Allmendinger, who will drive the team's number 16 NASCAR Cup Series Chevrolet. Seabest will make its first of 8 appearances on Dillon's car at Echo Park at Atlanta Speedway on February 22nd.
You know what? I'm glad this happened because I thought Ty Dillon had a fairly decent year. I mean, man, he sort of, when he was driving that 13 car, it was sort of like a sub car for Childress Racing where they were trying, back before all the multiple teams, they would get factory sponsorships or factory help or team support or whatever. And he just seemed like, that he really just didn't have a good car up underneath him. Out of the two, I always thought he was one of the better interviews. And I've interviewed them both. But I always thought he was a great young man, and I always thought he had some talent up in him, that he just needed a good ride up under him. And I thought he had a fairly decent season with him over there next year and hope to see some improvement out of them. And, of course, he's teamed up with the Dinger, man, so you got some good stuff behind you. And I'm glad to see that happen for that young man. I like Ty Dillon, and I hope he has a good year. Finally, Speedway Motorsports Speedway Motorsports was named one of the best sports businesses from Sports Business Journal best place to work. For a second consecutive year, Scratch Speedway Motorsports was named by the Sports Business Journal as one of the best places to work in sports, silver medalist in 2025. The weekly sports magazine, Business Magazine, announced this past week more than 9,000 employees, 98 different companies took part in this confidential employee satisfaction survey administered this summer by SBJ, partner of Omaha, Nebraska, based out of Quantum Workplace. The survey measured more than 40 key areas and makes up the organization's culture, such employees, trust, leadership, company perks, and the communication. SMI, here we go. And I meant to throw this in there too. Don't forget Texas in on that get. And Sonoma's in on that too.
I'm going to send them an application.
I'm going to wait a second. Oh, you know what? Let's do this real quickly, because we're getting ready to head into this final part of the courts. So let's go Charlotte, Las Vegas, okay, Atlanta, Texas,
Yeah.
Sonoma, where else? Bristol.
Yeah.
Then let me see. We had Circus. They technically don't own the COTA course, but they are the managing director of the course, so that falls in it. So we got Charlotte, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Texas, Sonoma, Bristol, COTA, Nashville, Kentucky. Am I missing anybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 tracks.
You know, you remember back. I mean, just speaking of the tracks being owned, SMI and all in Speedway Corp or whatever it is. But,
International Speedway Corporation.
Yeah, International Speedway Corporation. Do you remember back a long time ago in the 2000s or something like that? I don't remember how long back it was. You remember they talked about splitting back then?
I'm going to tell you.
Do you remember that there was
I remember
they were talking about the splitting and the these will run over here and these. I mean, it never happened, but I would like to look. I forget the details of that or how that even came about back then.
We'll have to look into that. Right now, International Speedway course has Daytona. They've got Talladega. They have a partnership with Martinsville. They have a partnership with Richmond.
Hey, was Atlanta? I'm sorry, was Atlanta on that other list?
There you go, Atlanta.
Because I just thought of it as you're going through stuff. Atlanta came up, so Atlanta's 10 now.
Yeah,
for
10 tracks.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. We can finish what you were saying there.
No, but you're right. No, you're not. So now it just kicks the number up again.
Yeah.
So you got 10 tracks that SMI controls right now. International Speedway controls Daytona. They control Talladega. They have an interest in Martinsville. They have an interest in Richmond, and they have an interest in Watkins Glen.
Listen to this stupid scenario. You got 10 tracks, 2 races each track. That's 20 races. That's a shorter season, which is one of the things some of these drivers wish they had.
Right.
I'm just saying.
The only thing that's missing out of this whole gig is a 2 and a 2. Oh, I forgot to mention too. So no, one more, Michigan. They have controlling interest in Michigan.
If you were to do a split, you could do a 20 race season, doing 2 races at each one of their tracks.
Yeah.
I just hope it don't. I don't want it to come down to all
or
that.
You know what you could even do if you wanted to do that? You could double them up the weekends. Remember a couple of years ago they doubled up Pocono the way they did?
Yeah.
They ran them on Saturday and Sunday. Let the teams bring an extra car just in case.
Yeah, that's a neat idea, but I don't know that. I don't know. I guess that's the old school in me likes going. If I'm gonna go in this time of the year and then being able to go again later, having it like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's one. I'd rather have 2 weekends than one. Is what I'm getting at.
Oh
as
yeah,
as a fan.
And the tracks would be too, because the economic value of it. But let's look at it right. So 10. So we got 10 races. We got 10 there. So and then Speedway's got so Daytona, Talladega. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 races, 6 tracks,
Homestead,
10 tracks there.
Homestead.
So now we're left with Pocono, correct?
Right. Pocono, Homestead.
Kansas, Homestead. Is there anybody else?
Chicagoland? Is it Chicago?
Well,
Is
Chicagoland will be. Yeah, Chicagoland
that,
gets
they're
added
going
back.
to go back there, right? They're going back
That's
there.
right. So they get added back.
What about Watkins Glen?
Watkins Glen is controlled by International or NASCAR. They have the controlling interest at that track.
Right. Well, that's what we're
same way with
Martinsville,
Martinsville,
right? But that's what we're listing, right? Yeah.
Right. So here you go. You got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 tracks. Not every track holds, not every track, 20 tracks, not every track gets 2 races.
Well, then there's the Brickyard, which is not.
That's Indy. There you go.
But that's not owned by.
That's owned by Penske.
Yeah, that's owned by Penske.
But at least 2/3 of it. I don't know what all the final deal was with Fox. You know that Penske sold about a third of that, all that off to Fox.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the only thing that is stopping SMI from separating and doing anything, if NASCAR just goes to complete idiots over the whole deal, the only thing that is stopping them is they do not have a super speedway track. They don't have the big 2 mile, the high bank, or the 2.5 mile. They don't have it.
Listen, you think they wouldn't build one?
Yeah.
If a split occurred, you don't think the first thing they'd do is take that into consideration and be like, let's just build one?
Well, listen, they tore about 3/4 of Fontana down, so you know they could go. They still control that land. I mean,
Fontana was a SMI.
No, it's not an SMI.
It's not.
No. So basically, what they would have to do is just find a spot of land, and they could build a super speedway. A lot of land in North Carolina for sale. A lot of land in South Carolina. You know, when you look at things like this and the way NASCAR wants to be greedy over this thing, you better think about, what was the old saying? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. All right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All in.
I just agree. I just agree that they have to work this out, because this stuff we're talking about, I don't even like it. I don't even like talking about it. I don't like talking about the fact that, you could run 2. I don't like any of this. I don't like any of it. I don't like talking about it. I don't like it. I like NASCAR the way it is, as far as being what they are. But again, they could fine tune some of this product. But there's certain things, some changes I like that you don't like. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that street, like any street course stuff at all, or whatever. But I like it. So I think it's neat. But besides the point, points, there's all kinds of stuff that needs to be fixed right now. I think leadership is piss poor at best.
Tara, I hope Bell charters up. I hope he does. I hope he tears them up. Ineffective. NASCAR, you got to pay the teams back your money. We'll give you 3 years to pay the money back. Unless you can write everybody the big check now. Tear them up. Get rid of it. Stop all this sourcing. And we're going to get to this right now. I'm just sort of going to skip through this here a little bit.
All right, skip through it.
Bob Jenkins was on the stand yesterday, along with Scott Prime. Scott Prime is NASCAR's EVP Chief Strategy Officer. Bob Jenkins is the primary owner in Front Row Motorsports. Jenkins got this. That Jenkins was the original, one of the first 10 guys to join the Dale Earnhardt fan club when he was like a kid, and said that his dream always was that he was going to own one of these teams. Jenkins put this deal together. He owns over 400. He is a former manufacturer plant manager for Eastern Tennessee Company. He, at one time, had 400 Taco Bells, 30 Kentucky Fried Chickens, and 50 Long John Silvers. Apostrophe S.
Silvers.
So he's put it in 19 years of full-time NASCAR racing, Front Row has never turned a profit. This is what he's saying yesterday in court. Jenkins said that his direct testimony under questioning from the plaintiff's attorney, Daniel Danielle Williamson of Winston and Strawn LLP. He loves this sport. Here it is right here coming up, I think, on the third page, Scratch. He was a charter member of the Dale Earnhardt fan club who vowed one day to own his own race team.
Right. Nice.
He said, one of these days I'm going to do it. Jenkins was now, this is what this really starts getting me. They claim that the first round of charters were all free, that nobody had to pay anything. Jenkins was a party to the NASCAR Cup Series 2026 charter agreement and signed the renewal in 2020 that carried this agreement through 2024, even though he said he viewed the contract as anti-competitive. But Jenkins joined 2311 to decline to sign in 2025 the charter agreement, filing an antitrust lawsuit for over $145 million. They asked him why. Listen, here we go. He was in favor of the charter, but he was not in favor of the agreements.
Right.
Jenkins also confirmed that he had sold and leased charters under the 2026 agreement and realized that for $12 million. With the advent of the Gen 7 car in the Cup Series in 2022, Jenkins said, here we go. Here we go. You following me here, John, buddy?
Oh,
Jenkins
yes.
said that the average cost for parts grew. Here we go. This is the outsourcing stuff. This is where they're screwing them. $1.8 million to $4.7 million. He also testified that his sponsor revenues grew from more than 3.5 in 2016 to nearly $9 million in 2023. But if you're charging everybody more money for the parts and all this other crap that you're doing, there's no profit. Comments, go.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a big jump right there. If we grew from 1.8 million to 4.7 million, and the sponsorship revenues from 3.5 million in 2016 to 9 million in 2023. I mean, these are real numbers. Look, there's a right way to do this, and NASCAR is definitely being greedy, as you can tell. This guy's been racing, all these years and has never turned a profit, but yet he's still there.
It never took a salary.
You guys are screwing him, and he's staying there racing. He's keeping this team going. He's running this team. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like to me. Yeah, it just seems like to me, man. NASCAR's got to budge here, man. NASCAR's got to budge. The charter idea is not a terrible idea.
No.
But once again, it's not done right. It's just not done right. So
you can't expect to charge more for all this stuff and then control all the parts. That's where the monopoly piece is coming in on this. And I'm not a lawyer, but it's common sense.
Yeah.
If you and I both own race teams and you like Bosch shocks and I like XYZ brand, and as long as they meet the specifications of the sanctioning body, what makes a difference?
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to, I definitely think they need to be more lenient on the car situation, the cars themselves.
They're
a little more lenient instead of having such control, because, when NASCAR started, obviously they were using real cars, and, and as it progressed, there was still things you could do, bend the rules a little, whatever the case is, get caught. If you get caught, that's your problem, whatever. But there was just, that part of it is missing now. And it's because they have such control. Now, I know it's supposed to make everything a little more cheaper, which it doesn't seem to do. It's supposed to make everything a little more equal, which maybe that does happen, but it doesn't matter because the top teams are still running in the front and the other ones are still running in the back. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So
and nobody's making any money.
No.
They say a few of the smaller teams, that are making money, might be making some money. Like what, BJ Ware? Nothing against BJ and his team and his car. Not at all. That's not what I'm saying. But let's face it, if you're going to put BJ Ware up against some of these other the big four, there's no comparison.
Right.
He's got no chance to compete. There's not. I mean, the only blessing that could be is that he has a car that is good enough to stay with everybody, and half the field wrecks.
Yeah.
Gotta make it fair, man.
Yeah, and like I said, I think being more lenient on the car situation in general would at least allow teams to bend the rules, man. It's part of racing, whether you like it or not. I don't want to call it cheating per se, but you know what I mean. It's always been part of racing, and or at least stock car racing, in my opinion. Probably any racing, but stock car racing is more my background, and I don't know. I can't tell you how many Daytona 500s that I've sat there and watched them parade around in circles. You know.
Well, Jenkins said this about last year. He said he tried to secure sponsorship. Considering it's the Long John Silver, I'm almost going to say it was Zane Smith's car because that's a 38 and that's what he drives. They didn't have any sponsorship for the Daytona 500. The car made the show, so Jenkins gave the Long John sponsorship free. Yeah. Now you got to remember, I guess what I sort of left out.
Yeah, he's putting his own name on his own stuff on the car to keep from racing blank cars.
Right. Jenkins' appearance on the stand followed the completion of the direct examination and cross-examination and redirected of Executive President Global Strategy Scott Prime, with plaintiff's lead counsel Jeffrey Kessler trying to establish that NASCAR has acted in an anti-competitive manner, and defense counsel Anna Rothburn alleging testimony that NASCAR has acted. They say they haven't. They say they have. Well, I don't know. Kessler just pretty much slammed them all in the face and said it's a monopoly. No doubt about it. You got to, if you're going to control, you got to give teams a chance. The problem with that, I saw this on, I was trying to think whose podcast I saw this on. NASCAR is so worried about this next gen car and the parts and everything else that, see, they can't make any money outsourcing the parts to other competitors, manufacturers. They can't do that. The only way they make money on the parts is through the teams. So that's why they're keeping this all balled in, because if the parts and everything, you got to send the parts. You fix race cars, bro. If you blow axles or whatever you blow or destroy, you got to send it back to them. They're going to look at it. Well, okay, we'll give you a new axle, $10,000, or whatever the price is.
Right.
No. You're taking the stock car out of stock car racing.
And I'll be damned. I want them to go back to 5 lug nuts.
I do too.
I want them to all that other stuff. That forward number, I don't mind that. That's cool. I'm used to it now. But I don't mind that at all. You got to go back to 5 lug nuts, man. Come on. I mean,
5 lug nuts on the.
You got to go back to 5 lug nuts.
Yeah.
5 lug nuts, I bet, are cheaper than that damn center thing. I bet the wheels were cheaper. I bet the tires were even cheaper.
And they screwed everybody on the air wrench thing. They had to come to that. They didn't allow the teams. Dale Jr. talks about this. They didn't allow the teams to buy the wrench. You have to lease the wrench. And after each wrench, the wrenches those special wrenches, those air wrenches that they change the tires with, get turned back into a company who reaches. I've seen them working on them at the track here in Vegas. I've seen that box, SXR or some company.
Some of this stuff has to change. They're gonna ruin it.
Steve Phelps, you need to publicly get on radio, television, and apologize to the man. Did you read the statement from Childress? He pretty much, went on, and he said at this point there will be no more discussion about this. He's just waiting, buddy. He's waiting for this thing to end, and as soon as that, we'll see. We're in Vegas Scratch. I'd almost bet 3-1 he goes after him. I really do. I don't blame him.
It won't be long. We'll find out.
I'm sorry, y'all. I've interviewed Richard Childress 5 different times. 3 here at the award show, once in Charlotte and once in Martinsville. I found Richard Childress a great person, a great team owner, a great ambassador to this sport that you love, I love, that millions of people love. And to publicly get out and slam him through a text message, an email, a vocal message, whatever, and you get caught and you don't apologize to the man for what you said to him. 6 men, 6 people, or there's 6 on the jury. You saw that, Scratch? 6 men, 3 women. We don't know how it's split up. But on a federal jury in Charlotte, North Carolina, 6 on the jury panel, 3 alders. We know for sure there are 6 men and 3 women. We don't know how it's split yet.
Richard Childress was winning championships while this dude was selling Chef Boyardee.
If that was a Hammer and Harry's margarita, I'd tip it to you right now. Here it is. You got to sweat. You got a ginger ale today.
I've already finished my Red Bull, or I'd cheer you back.
You know what? I'll talk to Claire B this weekend. And what I want to find out and what I want to know is the reaction of the 9 people from North Carolina that are sitting in that jury box and alternates that know about these texts, that know about you sitting here and called Richard Childress a dumbass, old dinosaur that he needed to be taken out back and flogged. I'd like to know how many of the good people in the state of North Carolina, which my wife and I lived there for over 20-some years of our life, feel about this Yankee coming in and calling everybody a dumbass. I can tell you this, Scratch with a K. I lived there a long time, and where I came was sort of the Yankee line.
The Yankee line of North Carolina.
That's one thing. When I moved from Southern Ohio down into North Carolina, that's one thing I was told right off the bat. Mind your P's and Q's, Yankee. And I would just love to see the expression on these juries' faces when Steve Phelps and O'Donnell take the stand. I'd love to see it. I would. Because now, I mean, I'd almost like to look at him going, I'm the dumbass redneck right here, buddy. I'm him. Look at me. Want to take me out back and flog me?
I feel like a redneck right now. I look like a guy dressed ready to go chop wood.
I am a redneck.
No, I said me, not you.
Oh, you.
I said I look like
I am a redneck.
I said I look like a redneck right now. I look like somebody's going to go chop wood.
And I've chopped a lot of wood in North Carolina. We had wood stoves and fireplaces. I chopped a lot. Yeah, I think you're right. Go back and sell Chef Boyardee in a can. I give him his grace. He did spend some time with the NFL. So, any comedy shows this week, buddy?
Nah, man. I got the comedy auction on Tuesday, and I have the I have the music bingo on Wednesday. That's been pretty cool, man. I've been having a good time with that music bingo and that, and of course WSBB tomorrow for the high banks. So I'll have that tomorrow. And
on a second, let me pop our low. There we go. There's our little.
There it is, right there. WSBB 106.9 on your FM dial, 1230 on your AM dial every Friday at 5:00. You can join me for that right there. Alan Michaels joins me. He joins me for the second half of the show for our Racing Around the Country segment. I'm the racing ambassador at WSBB. It's clearly the great voice of Volusia County. Tune in. You can check it out on stream, or you can stream it on TuneIn if you want to. Also, by the way, I also am now a new co-host of this. Wow, it's kind of wild. The Complete Nonsense podcast, which usually comes out you can look that up on YouTube, and they throw that out on Thursday. We tape it and they throw it out on Thursday. But myself, Deez, and AC is the guy. They just brought me on, and we talk. The kids don't tune in. Don't tune in, kids.
Don't tune in for the kill. Okay.
Kids don't tune in. It's like the Vegas ambassador of hospitality, but but not at all like that show. There's a lot of trash talking going on and stuff. A lot of trash talking. AC's cool though. He can tell like 12 stories at one time. You got to follow along quick. He talks fast.
Darn. Got to give that guy that. I want to thank Steve. I want to thank my buddy Steve Wolford. News 3 was here yesterday at Gene Woods Racing Experience and got to do a clip with him. And good guy. I remember when he was at Channel 13 and then he moved over here to 3. But Steve Wolf, good guy. And tried to get him into go-karts. He said, man, my back, the old back. And I said, okay. But he was down doing a story about the rodeo and the economy here in Las Vegas. Is it coming back? And were we proud to have the rodeo? I said, you bet we love the rodeo people, man. They spend money and they tip well, too. They do. So we got 14 days of cowboys and cowgirls. I'm glad to see that they got the thing with the horses fixed. There was some disease. I don't know if it got at the beginning of the show, but they scratched. They almost didn't get any of the horse activity or horse events in because there was some disease that was going around. So they quarantined the horses. It came down to a last decision yesterday that I guess everything is fine. So that was like going to be half of the show was going to be gone. Because, you got all the bucko riding, you got the barrel racing with the ladies, the calf ropings, and all that stuff that they do in this thing. This is, if you've never been out here, folks, you ever want to see it come this time of year for the rodeo here. It's 14.
I've never seen it, but obviously I've been there enough years to know that's a great week in Las Vegas.
Yeah, 2 weeks now. And then, of course, the big convention center is all done up with what they call Cowboy Christmas. All the vendors come. So, like, if you're looking for new cowboy hats or boots or clothes or jeans or this or that or saddles, everything that has to do with Western, they've got it there.
Does the Sphere have? Is it rodeo related? Some of the stuff on the Sphere.
I'm sure. I haven't seen the Sphere in a day or two, but I'm sure that it is. Yeah, I'm sure the Sphere is. But that's what we got. I'll be here tomorrow at the front door on Friday and Saturday for the Gene Woods Racing Experience, meeting and greeting our people out here. Cowboys and cowgirls will all be coming down. So come see us. Don't forget to log on gokartslasvegas.com. $5 off for everybody right there. All you have to do is take a picture of it with your phone, show it to us. We take $5 straight off. Or you can print it out on paper if you want. It doesn't make any difference. And we'll have some good times. So we're looking forward. The cowboys and cowgirls are here. And we're getting ready for We're getting ready for some winter racing out there, the Legend Series. Snowball Derby. Real quickly, too, Scratch, before we go, I want to do that. I don't know if you caught this. Let me go back to my thing here real fast, the page that I had up. And 50 laps have been added to the Wilkesboro race, man. I don't know if you caught that or not.
I didn't.
Yes, sir. I'll let me then be a final little thing. We'll get out of here. Race fans. I just got this. Just came off the NASCAR and J-Ski both. Race fans visiting NASCAR, most iconic tracks, North Wilkesboro Speedway, have announced on Thursday that 50 additional laps will be added to the Window World 450 NASCAR Cup Series race, July 19th, 2026. The first 50-lap Cup race in North Wilkesboro marks the first time the NASCAR Premier Series was hosted a 50-lap event since 1974. So Wilkesboro gets more. That's another thing I was a little messed up. Why did they take the All-Star away and move it to Darlington or Dover? Denny Hamlin, here you go, another Denny Hamlin. He says, man, by the time you're only going to run 20, 25 lap heat races.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But by the time we get there, the tires are just breaking in good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I remember that.
All righty. You got any racing coming up? Got the junk ready to go?
Nope. Taking the rest of the year, and I'm going to try to revamp the car a little bit. Got to get the back bumper welded on. I'm going to try to just take my time and get it ready for next year. And right now, just with the holidays and stuff, don't have as much time as I'd like to work on it. But I had a couple other things I had to do. So I'm like I said, we're going to revamp this car though, man. I love that. I love that Toyota Camry. So we're going to get it back.
I'll be glad to get down there and go with you, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I don't know nothing about turning no wrenches or nothing, but I can sure keep the beer cooler packed, man.
Well, there you go. You can clean a windshield.
I can clean a windshield, man. I can do that. I can change a tire.
There you go.
I know how to do oil. I can change oil. Yeah.
Those are the things I do most. Change tires, and pull dents out and clean the windshield.
And keep the beer cooler full.
Sure.
All right.
That too.
Any other comments for us?
Now you can check out my website at comedyfromscratch.com. Spell scratch with a K. That's it. That's good.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm calling for John, my friend. Here we go. Always want to thank everybody. Scratch with a K, the Nutsack Studios out Daytona Beach, Florida. Won't be long, buddy. I'm coming to you. Back at you next week. We'll get all the wrap up from F1. See if we can't talk to our friend Claire B. Lang, and I'll call my buddies over at East Motorsports, and we'll get them back with us, okay? You guys have a great weekend. Be safe and careful. If you're in Vegas, the Cowboys and Cowgirls are here. God, bring us home.
Thanks for joining us for On Pit Road Racing. Follow us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at On Pit Road Racing. On Pit Road Racing is written and produced by WCOBN TV. I'm John the Announcer for On Pit Road Racing.